Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another day in paradise. Welcome back to another financial news video. And first in of today, the stock market losses reach 793 billion pounds as the US Federal Reserve pledges unlimited emergency cash. Make sure you share this with all your friends, all your family, all your other investors, because this is mental. Now, we all know there's an outbreak going on. We all know there's a lot of panic, a lot of craze. But what the US Federal Reserve has just done is really mind-boggling. So, the Fed has announced open-ended asset purchases program. After the virus stimulus bill failed to pass the Senate on Sunday due to a lack of enough votes, most traders expected the correction in the markets to deepen. However, just before the US stock market opened, the Federal Reserve announced that it will be buying an unlimited amount of treasury bonds and mortgage backed securities to tackle the severe disruptions caused by the novel corona. The Fed said, while great uncertainty remains, it has become clear that our economy will face severe disruptions. Aggressive efforts must be taken across the public and private sectors to limit the losses to jobs and income and to promote a swift recovery once the disruptions abate. The Fed will also purchase corporate bonds in both primary and secondary markets, as well as via ETFs, and the US Central Bank will also unveil a Main Street lending program soon to facilitate easy lending to small businesses. Additionally to all of that, the Fed has launched a new lending program worth $300 billion to support the flow of credit to employers, consumers, and businesses affected by the, of course, corona driven economic slowdown. To me, this was completely mental. I didn't even think this was remotely possible that they would actually pull through. But yes, the Fed had initially announced that it will be purchasing approximately 200 billion in mortgage-backed securities and 500 billion in US treasuries. But this new announcement shows the Federal Reserve's open-ended commitment to quantitative easing. Pompliano said in his words, remember the 700 billion program the Fed announced to buy treasuries and mortgage-backed securities last Sunday? Remember how it was supposed to be the big solution? Well, they just announced they're increasing the 700 billion target to unlimited and will buy any type of bonds now. Matty Greenspan also said that markets reacting to the Fed announcement that they will be buying an unlimited amount of assets in order to stabilize the markets. This is how they reacted. Bitcoin in orange, stocks in blue, silver in white, gold in yellow, crude oil in purple, US dollar in green. Initial results speak for themselves, and you can just see it right here. Everything has gone up except for the US dollar, and I guess oil has also been doing a little bit crazy right now, really being the volatile thing that it is. But it's just been doing completely insane, guys. I mean, this announcement was definitely something, and I just find it really, really crazy that it came out like that. And also, it's really, really strange to see the amount of money that has already been lost just now. Stock market losses reach $800 billion. That's really insane. US markets were unable to haul themselves into the black despite the Federal Reserve setting off another bazooka in the form of unlimited quantitative easing, otherwise known as unlimited money for the US. Unlimited dollars, unlimited supply. It's really crazy. And talking about oil, and oil, which has plummeted amid fears that the economic activity around the world could grind to a halt, crashed below 25 a barrel at one point, having been close to $70 earlier this year. And a fun fact to all of y'all is that Russia needs about $30 per barrel to even be profitable due to their high costs. I would say Saudi needs about $3 each barrel to be profitable. But there's of course a little bit of a situation going on right there. And a fun thing to Google for all of y'all is the Russian economic oil war, because it's going to be something that's going to be in the history books. It's happening right as we speak right now, going on right there in the in the east. But it's a real cool situation. It's really strange to see, and we're watching this all live, guys. We're watching it all right now. So yeah, that's the most interesting part of today, I would say. The whole article on thisismoney.co.uk is actually a real banger. Just got a lot of info. The gloom was echoed in the stock markets around the world as Germany's DAX slid 2.1%, France's CAC fell 3.3%, and Italy's FTSE MIB slipped 1%. Well, quick update can be seen right here as well. You can see, actually these were down at first, but S&P now is up, Nikkei is up, Hang Seng is up. The only ones here that are down are Dow, DAX, and FTSE from the UK. If we move on though, even US markets were unable to haul themselves into the black, as we said before, even though there was a big bazooka. This means the Fed will now set no limit on how much money they can inject into the economy. And Kevin Durant, the chief investment officer at broker AJ Bell, said, after the ECB and Bank of England rolled out their quantitative easing kind of last week, the Federal Reserve had opted to go nuclear with the promise to unleash uncapped quantitative easing. Impressive in another era, but essentially still trench warfare in a world where the economy has gone airborne. So, to me, really crazy to see all of this going on, guys, but let's move forward. This is just what we already said just now. Card factory shutters all stores, warns no final payout due to the virus. So basically, the whole story I want to give with this is that there's multiple companies that are closing its shop, possibly forever and possibly temporary. But one thing that a couple of stores are also doing is that they're not paying anymore. So they're either not paying anymore for the weeks right now where some people have to stay home frictionally, right? They don't have a job because of this unseen, unfortunate circumstances, but also because they just can't afford it at this point, and they haven't set themselves up properly, I guess, with their government to get some money for that. But also possibly because they're like, well, why should we, right? And there's so much fear going on right now. There's so much inconvenience right now. You can probably get away with it. But yeah, I think that most of this is not really a problem, as most countries, I think, right now are having a good policy to help the stores, even though some are still claiming that there's not going to be a payout for example, March right now. I've seen it come by a couple of times, and I guess maybe this Card Factory has also said that Card Factory PLC on Monday said it has closed all of its stores temporarily due to the 19 COVID and warned it will not declare a final dividend for its recently ended financial year. Really crazy, but really crazy situation on that. First though, I want to check this one out as well. Laura Ashley closes all stores permanently. I just got into Laura Ashley a couple of weeks ago, I think. I learned more about them and how they were working and how they were doing. They were doing pretty good for themselves, but now they've closed all their shops, 720 jobs at risk, and all because of this situation, I think. All because of the struggling fashion industry due to the virus. 77 stores. Wait, what does it say here? PwC are being appointed today and will find a buyer. Laura actually says that 77 stores will keep trading and will continue to sell items online, but I guess they will close all their shops, their real shops. Really crazy situation as well, but it's I think due to the crisis and people not really going out anymore, right? And talking about people not going out anymore, Boris Johnson announces unprecedented 3-week lockdown of the entire United Kingdom. The Dutch, at least here in the Netherlands, that's where we are right now, have also done this. A kind of a lockdown, not completely like the UK is doing right here, but the lockdown is you can't really go outside for most things except for, I guess, getting groceries, and you're gonna get fined if you're with more than 3 people, even being 1.5 meters away from each other and whatnot. Really, it's a crazy situation. Something I've never seen before in all my years of living, but it's something. It's some, and I guess it's pretty fun. Everybody's sent this to me as well on on Twitter and different places. The Boris Johnson speech. I think most of y'all have also already seen it before. Critical quote: "The time has come for us all to do more," Johnson said. "From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction: you must stay home." And a couple of memes went by on Twitter, I noticed as well, and a couple of other, I guess, smaller talks were out there, basically showcasing that Russia right now has like a 5-year prison sentence if you go outside. Italy is fining people, Netherlands are fining people, and the UK is just like Oh, we're just going to ask you to go back inside. I saw a couple of memes regarding that, which was pretty fun in my opinion. Germany bids goodbye to Black Zero with $750 billion coronavirus package. Again, same situation kind of going on right here. Even Germany here has to incentivize a lot of businesses or support a lot of businesses to not completely mess themselves up. They're really doing their best to keep their head afloat. Federal government in Berlin has signed off a 156 billion euro supplementary rescue package to save companies and jobs and protect Europe's largest economy during the coming months. That is in addition to its 600 billion economic stabilization fund, which includes 400 billion to guarantee loans to companies from the State Development Bank and 100 billion for the government to buy stakes in companies. Finance Minister Olaf Scholz said Germany was able to stump up this $750 billion package or euro package thanks to its good financial cushion from years of saving. Wow. It's so interesting to see all of this come on. It's so strange. I never thought this would all be going on, but I find it fascinating as an economist, I should say. It's really cool. If Bitcoin moons, it'll be as abrupt as the coronavirus opinion. And this is kind of to end it off here. Bitcoin still has shown a direct correlation with stocks and with the traditional markets, but there's more and more growing concern and growing interest in an inverse correlation that might still be popping up for Bitcoin due to all these recent events, like, for example, the unlimited dollar supply that's kind of being showcased right now. And I'm also wondering what it's going to be. Is it going to be coming up soon? Is Bitcoin still going to be following stocks? Who knows? I don't, but we'll see, guys, and I'll update you guys if I know more. Should I be doing more of these news videos on finance? I also have a crypto channel. You guys know it, most likely. That's where most of y'all probably come from, but make sure you check it out as well. Link for that will be in the description, I think. But yeah, just give me some feedback on the videos here. It's the first one I've ever done, so hopefully it was not too bad. See you guys again in another finance video, possibly tomorrow. Maybe gonna make this a daily thing. I know. No advertisements on these videos, guys. Hopefully you also like that. See you guys again in another video.